I've been collecting video game consoles and video game stuff in general ever since 2020 or so, and I recently hit 10,000 views on YouTube, and so I felt the need to make a 10,000 views special, and so this is that video. I'm basically just going to be showing off my video game collection. And these are the consoles. I have five in this room and two other consoles in another room. Starting with the NES, it's old and clunky and fragile. It doesn't really work all that often, and I don't really have a lot of games for it. But this is one of the first consoles I ever got, so that's pretty cool. Then we got the Super Nintendo. I got this for Christmas last year with a good game collection, so I'm pretty jazzed about that. Next up, we got the Nintendo 64. So, the N64 and the NES were both in a box in my grandma's closet, and she let me like borrow them, but that really meant keep because she hasn't asked for them back yet. So, yeah, I've had the N64 and the NES since like right around when COVID started, so that's pretty cool. Then we got the GameCube and the Wii. I've had the Wii for my whole life, like any good respected individual. And the GameCube I got for Christmas the year before the Super Nintendo. So I'm pretty sure I got this Christmas 2023 and I got that Christmas 2024. Yes, I know the Wii remote isn't official. I don't know where the official ones went. We had two of them, but I have no clue where they went. So all five of these consoles are connected to this little Emerson TV, with four of them being through this like four-port video audio switch box. So like if I want to play the Super Nintendo, I press number one, N64, press number two, GameCube, press three, Wii, press four, and the NES is connected with an RF switch behind the TV. Then we got the Nintendo Switch 2 that kind of stays in my room because I don't trust anyone else with it. And we have the original Switch in the spare room, kind of. And next up we have the handheld consoles. First up we got the Game Boy Color. This was actually the first console I ever bought with my own money. So I think that's pretty cool. I got this like spring 2023. So yeah, and this is my only like original Game Boy thing. That didn't make sense. Next up we have the Game Boy Advance SP. I got this on my birthday 2023, I believe. So yeah, 2023 was kind of a big year for me. But yeah, I have a few Game Boy Advance games. I don't have a lot of Game Boy Color games, but I have some good ones like Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance and Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country and all those. Next up, we got the original Nintendo DS. I've I got this in like 2019. I found it in my grandma's drawer and she said I could have it. And I have a pretty good collection of DS games. They're like Mario Kart DS, Super Mario 64 DS, I already said Mario Kart, New Super Mario Bros, Brain Age, all the good ones. Next up we have the original Nintendo 3DS. I got this for my birthday just last year. And I don't have a lot of 3DS games, but I did hack the 3DS, so that's pretty cool. Just a side note here, I also hacked the Wii. And last but not least, we got the Nintendo Switch Lite. This is actually my brother's, but he doesn't really play it all that much. So, it's kind of all I have to say about it. It's way too small for my gigantuous hands, so I don't really use it, like, at all. Now I know what you're about to type in the comments. Yes, Bo, we know you have all the consoles. Do you have any games to play? Yes, actually, I do. Welcome to the Shelf of Doom. Starting from the top, we got a Lego DeLorean set from Back to the Future and this random Star Wars sets that I got a long time ago. Going down a shelf, you see all the N64 games, Super Nintendo games, and GameCube games. They are the games like themselves are not not organized like chronologically or anything. It's just how they fit the best on the shelf. I'm just gonna go over like a few games that I personally like. For N64, I'd have to say my favorite's probably Mario Kart 64. I have a bunch of fond memories of like turning the console on for the first time, hearing Mario say "Welcome to Mario Kart," and it's all very nostalgic for me. For the Super Nintendo, I'd have to say my favorite's Donkey Kong Country because I had a blast beating it. I actually beat it on Game Boy Advance, but it's a good game, so it's probably my favorite Super Nintendo game as well. I'd say for my favorite GameCube game, it's probably Super Smash Bros. Melee. I don't have a ton of GameCube games, but the ones I do have, I kind of played a lot of, and I just have a bunch of cool memories of like playing Smash Bros. On the Wii because my GameCube is Japanese, actually, and doesn't play American games. That was an oversight by my awesome aunt, however you pronounce it. But yeah, Smash Bros. Is pretty cool. Next on the shelf of doom, we have NES games and Wii games. I have a really small NES collection of games that I actually like. I have like 12 or so games, but I only really play like 4 or 5 of them. But I'd have to say my favorite is not Mario 2. I grabbed the wrong one. I'd have to say my favorite NES game is probably Super Mario Bros. Because it's like the only one I ever play. I've I've beaten it on Switch Online where it has the rewind feature because I'm not good at it. I I haven't actually beat it on original hardware yet, but I'm working on it. I promise, I'm working on it. I had a hard time picking my favorite Wii game because it's like choosing a favorite child. But my most recent one I got is Super Mario Galaxy. Had it for the 3D All Stars for a while, but I never actually played it. I only played Mario 64 on All Stars, but this is actually a very good game. If you have not played Super Mario Galaxy yet, you need to change that immediately. Next on the shelf of doom is Switch games, DS and 3DS games, and the handhelds. There's really no other place to have handhelds in my room, so I just keep them on that shelf because there's a bunch of space on that shelf. I'd have to say the best DS game that I had the most memories with is New Super Mario Bros. Because like it felt amazing when I got this game because before before New Super Mario Bros. All I had was Brain Age and Hello Kitty Party. I'm pretty sure that was my grandma's, and I didn't really have a lot of fun DS games, but like New Super Mario Bros. Is fun. I really like the Luigi Casino mini games. Those are amazing. I don't really have a favorite Switch game because I mean I have good memories with all of them, but a fun story that I have about Super Mario Bros. Wonder is that on my like 12th birthday, me, my dad, and my brother, my mom was working, but we went to my grandparents' house up north, and she pulled out like a present, and I was like, "Ooh, what is it?" And like I wanted this game, and it was like right around the time when it released, so it was really cool. I have games for other systems that are in their respective cases. Like my favorite Game Boy game is probably Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. My favorite Game Boy Advance game is probably Donkey Kong Country because that's how I originally beat the game. And my favorite 3DS game is probably Mario Kart 7 because I only have like 3DS games. And in case you were wondering, the bottom shelf is just books I had when I was a kid. I also have these other stuff on that bottom shelf, like Mario Mania, the player's guide. It basically Like in the beginning, it goes through like the history of Mario, but then it goes into a guide for Super Mario World. I think it's pretty cool. Also have this Game Pro book that has like hot tips for the newest games. Mega Man 2 is pretty new. And last but not least, I also got this Luigi Power Band from Super Nintendo World because I went to Universal earlier this year, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's kind of all the game related stuff I have right now. If I ever get more stuff or my collection like grows massively, I'll probably make an update video, but for now, this is the humble little collection. By the way, if you like these video game videos, that's fun to say, video game videos. If you like them, let me know in the comments. I'll make more. But for now, read the Bible, share the gospel, all that good stuff, and I will see you next time.